server is itna meter tall, is itna away from a tower. So then from a tower, if angle of elevation from its height to the top is 30 degree, tan theta equal to 2 by b, tan theta equal to p by b. ये base height of tower 21.6. In a class of 45 students, 40% are girl. 20 16 17 18 7 और 2 27 हो गया. The average marks of girls are 64 and that of boys is 60. The average marks of the whole 32 48 51 512 5 11 यहाँ 0 6 42 12 4 16 2 7 7 2 45 है 6 12 6 35 24 27 2 एक बार में 61 बार में 45 7 40 20 20 2 22 तक 3/4 माइनस 1/3 भागा 3/5 7/16 1/10 और 4/2/3 15 2/3 3/4 5/9 2/6 2/7 35 4/15 2/3 36 9 4 5 दिया 5 7 2 36 8
क्या भैया सब फेक फाक दे रहा क्या बात है लगा दिए खाई करना.
Solution A and B contain acid and water in the ratio ethanol respectively. 5. Solution A and B contain acid and water in the ratio ethanol respectively. 4 liters of solution A and 5 liters of solution B. What is the ratio of acid and water in the resulting mixture? Solution A and B contain acid and water in the ratio ethanol respectively. Solution A and B contain acid water in the ratio acid water. 4 liter of solution A is mixed with 5 liter solution B. Acid water 4 liter 5 liter B 2 16 2 32 45 7 7 4 liter 3 liter 7 24 25 4/14 Pure milk costs 16 liter per liter. After adding water, the milkman sells the milk at 15 liter per 100 making a profit of 15%. 15% profit. $12 per liter. The water received as milk with water. Then ABC O is any point inside a triangle. If O equal to OA 12 OC 15 AOB AOB BOC और COA बराबर मतलब 120 डिग्री है। BAC हो गया 60 फाइंड OB 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 12 है हो गया 6 हो गया 30 60 आती है इक्वल टू साइन थीटा इक्वल टू P बाई H 12 साइन थीटा इक्वल टू P बाई H P H P by B tan theta equal to P by B 6 root 3 P by B 36 100 और 14 4 we start a business. Seven friend money इतना living on different floor. Almost एक से साथ 1 2 3 4 6 7 हो गया ना. So 2 person are living between money and KC. Money and KC who is on the 4th floor. KC is on the 4th floor. Money KC. Car live 4 floor above Eric. 4 floor Eric who is on even number floor. Eric हो गया 3 4 कार हो गया ऊपर जा ही नहीं सकता है. Eric और कार हो गया. The number of person between Dory and Dave is same as Dory and Sony who is somewhere below Eric. Sony तो डोरी सोनी एक यहाँ सोनी हो गया. डोरी सोनी दबे हो गया. On which floor दबे is living? दबे 5th floor में हो गया दबे. सन हाउस 9 प्लस 6 और 12 9 5 25 Which of the following statement is true to Shankar Deva? Which devotion is known as Ekanama Dharma? His teaching was based on Ramayana. Shankar Deva. On which river and between which two places does the national waterway one line? National waterway Satya Dabri. If two charged bodies that are connected do not have a current flowing through between them, then which of the following is true? If two charged bodies that are connected do not have a current flowing between them, then which of the following is true? They have the same capacity, they have the same resistance. If two charged bodies are connected do not have a current flowing between them, then which of the following is true? capacity, same charge, same potential. Which regional organization had a meeting on cyber security cooperative that began in New Delhi? Mistake SARC, G4 ASEAN. Was a ritual place associated with Dussehra which was built during Vijayanagar Empire. Who has been reappointed as the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Paytm? The meaning of this dance in Hindi means separation. It is a portrayal of the pain of woman. This folk dance is performed slowly in which state of India? The meaning of dance is in Hindi means separation. Separation. It is a portrayal of pain of woman. The folk dance performed slowly in which state? Without the greenhouse gas, the temperature of Earth would have been Fahian, Chinese traveler, a student of Nalanda University. Ibn Battuta, Chinese traveler. One, Sika 4. Ibn Battuta he visited during Rajna Muhammad bin Tughlaq, William Hawkins, Jahangir Gadawala, Dekh 2. Dekh 2. I sing. Eka 4. Said Eka 4. He visited during Rajna Muhammad bin Tughlaq. Ibn Battuta. Eka 3. Fahian he visited India during the Rajna Vikramaditya and Chandragupta II. Fahian. Beka 3. Eka 3. Beka 3. Eka 3. Eka 3. Beka 3. Sika 3. Eka 4. Beka 1. Beka 1. ए और सी दोनों 4 है ए और सी दोनों 4 है सेम एज फर्स्ट एंड दिस पर्सन टू विजिट जाए 4 का होगा 2 4 का 2 which of the following causes no or very little rainfall barring a few exceptions? IIT Kanpur Artificial Intelligence and Innovation Driven Entrepreneurship Center of Excellence in Noida has incubated think tank Future Crime Research Foundation based in which city? IIT Kanpur Artificial Intelligence and Innovation Driven Entrepreneurship Center of Excellence in Noida has incubated think tank Future Crime Research Foundation based in which city? Fiscal deficit implies total expenditure minus revenue received plus recovery. With reference to Rajput contemporary to Akbar, consider the following statement. Rajaman Singh I was among the Navratna of Akbar. During Akbar reign, the contemporary ruler Amir was Raja Bharmal. Which of the following statement about Chilka Lake is correct? It is Asia's largest and world's second largest lagoon. It was designated the first Indian wetland of international importance under Ramsar Commission, a Ramsar state which included the Montreal's record. Which one of the following statement is incorrect regarding the government of Unis by camera Council of a lower legislative assembly. The term of legislative assembly fixed. Noted playback singer Kumar Sanu and Sailendra Singh and music duo Anand Milind have been conferred with the National Lata Mangeshkar Award, for which year has been given the award. Which article of the Constitution of India declared that seat of Supreme Court is in Delhi? Which of the following fair is held in Gujarat to share its connection with Mismi tribe of Arunachal Pradesh? This fair celebrates the immortal journey which Rukmani undertook from Arunachal Pradesh to Gujarat with Lord Krishna. Maneswar Fair, Pushkar Fair, Nauchandi Fair. What does the term pencil key refer to, which was launched in April 2022? Pencil key. Scheme. 1907 Surat session of Indian National Congress, significant in the history of India. Purna Swaraj was adopted as the goal of Indian National Congress 1907 में नहीं था. सूरत स्प्लिट हुआ था ना, कांग्रेस स्प्लिट into moderate action, accepted a separate electorate for Muslims. Which country has announced to rename its Iceland to celebrate 70th anniversary of the accession of Queen Elizabeth II to the British throne? Which of the following is correct regarding the administrative reform taken by Firoz Shah Tughlaq? Firoz Shah Tughlaq. Ikta system was abolished during his time. He imposed an irrigation tax and built canals. India's first woman Rafale fighter jet pilot Shivangi Singh was first of the Indian Air Force W at the Republic Day Parade 2022. Was the first female fighter jet pilot to be part of the Indian Air Force W case. Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya launched the intensified mission Indradhanush 0 New Delhi. In which year mission Indradhanush start हुआ था? Mission Indradhanush. As per the India Press Freedom Report 2021, which of the following topped the list of state journalism and media houses were targeted in 2021? Match the word from it. Repudiate. Advocacy. One का B. Advocacy. Pensive. Thoughtful. The taciturn come of the. Hitesh told me that he could not pick my call as he had been driving. Hitesh said to me, I could not. Now that Vibla had written, she had no option but to confess. Vibla had to confess, to feel under the weather. Leg. Get out of the bag. She had no option but to confess. Now that Vibla had to feel under the weather. Now that Vibla had let the get out of the bag. Gagan Narang won the bronze medal on Sunday. Research conducted by the Nature Conservation Council and WWF Australia has found that the koala habitat, which is the size of 14 football field, is being bulldozed every day in one part of the New South Wales states. since the government weakened the law. This might lead to their extinction by 2050. The New South Wales and Queensland koalas have been listed as vulnerable to extinction under national and state laws. More than 5,000 hectares of koala habitat have been cleared in just 1 year in north central NSW. The area where this habitat destruction has occurred is one of the most heavily cleared in the state, with only 6% of forest remaining, while an additional 11% was in sparse woodland, said NCC CEO Kate Molsky. Since European colonization, koalas, which have been living in Australia for 25 million years, have lost their habitat due to urban agriculture and mining development, climate change, and commercialization of their skins until 1930. The state government 2017 decided to repeal the Native Vegetation Act 2003, which prevented farmers from felling trees. The report concludes that this was likely the primary reason behind the dramatic surge in the forest and woodland destruction in this clearing hotspot. The koalas are threatened by the destruction of food and shelter trees and forest fragmentation, which exposes them to higher mortalities from vehicle striking, dog attack, and stress. In some areas, koalas have also died due to chlamydia, a bacterial infection that causes injuries to the genitals and eyes, causing infertility and blindness, slowly consuming them to death. WWF Australia estimates there are likely less than 20,000 koalas left in NSW, and at the current rate, they are on track to be extinction in the state. Which of the following statements are correct? This might cause koala to become extinct. The loss of food and shelter tree as well as forest fragment pose threat to koalas. The humanity and bacteria infection matches the high in genitalia in animals. Bacteria infection that causes injuries to the genitals and eyes, causing infertility and blindness, consuming death. Bacteria infection that damages the eyes and genitals in animals has also claimed the lives of koala. What does the report Native Vegetation Act 2003 conclude? Native Vegetation Act conclude New South Wales and Queensland koalas have been listed on the conclude. The state government decided to repeal the Native Vegetation Act 2003, which prevented farmers from felling trees. The report concludes that this was likely the primary reason behind the dramatic surge in the forest and woodland destruction now clearing hotspot. Or come to the conclusion that urban agriculture and mining development. The report come conclusion that koalas are probably the main cause of the huge increase in forest. Koalas will extend. New South Wales and Queensland have been listed as vulnerable according to the report. What does the report Native Vegetation Act conclude? Koala are threatened by the koala are threatened by destruction of food and shelter fragmentation, which exposes them high mortality, strike, dog attack, and stress. In some areas, koalas have also died due to chlamydia bacteria infection that causes injuries to the genitals. Analysis of the report comes of the conclusion that koalas were probably the main cause of the huge increase in the loss of forest and woodland. The analysis of the main cause of the huge increase in the The analysis of report comes to the conclusion that urban agriculture and mining development it is a problem. This might lead to their extinction by ethanol. New South Wales and Queensland have been listed as the vulnerable to extinction under national and state law. Just one minute. The area were habited. The state government decided to repeal the Native Vegetation Act to farmers from it. The report concluded that this was the primary reason behind the dramatic surge in the forest and woodland destruction. Spot koala threatened by destruction. What were the implications of the state government losing the law? Losing the law. A collection of weapons and military equipment, arsenal. Was on board. There, on board. A place where wild animals live. There is a box or cage, hutch, a hole, row, dig fill in the blanks for position. Child labor takes place when children are forced to work at an age when they are expected to study and enjoy their phase of innocence. Find the correct combination of words that replace each other if replace each other. To innovate and see, engage to innovate and necessary creativity with their continuing. Students' professional demand is is necessary to innovate and engage creativity with their continuing. With their A or B. Necessary professional development is student to innovate and engage. E or D. Continuing professional development is necessary to innovate and engage creativity with the students. Continuing professional development is student professional development is necessary to innovate and engage creativity with their continuing. BC. Student professional development is engaged to innovate and necessary creativity. Continuing professional development. How many languages do you learn at school? How many languages do you learn? How many languages you learn at school? Languages. How many languages have you learned? This are learned by you at school. How many languages do you learn at school? So how many languages have you been learned by how many at you? The best critics admitted that his diction was too vibrant, too dynamic, too obviously repetitive. The best critics admitted that his diction was too dynamic, too obvious, repetitive, very dull. Nolan was raised by an American mother and a British father, and his family spent time in both Chicago and London. As a child, he attended Haileybury, a boarding school just outside London. From a young age, Nolan was interested in movie making and would use his father's Super 8 camera to make shots. He was influenced by George Lucas' Star Wars trilogy and by the immersive dystopian films of Ridley Scott. After attending University College London, where he studied English literature, Nolan began directing corporate and industrial training videos. At the same time, he was working on his first full-length release following 1998. The film centered on a writer going to dangerous lengths to find inspiration. It took Nolan 14 months to complete. On the strength of its success on the festival circuit, he and his producer wife moved to Hollywood. Nolan's breakthrough came with the 2000 film Memento, a sleeper hit that he adapted from a short story written by his brother Jonathan. It used a destabilizing reverse order storyline to mirror the fractured mental state of its protagonist, a man with short term amnesia who is trying to track down the person who murdered his wife. The film was a critical and popular success and garnered the Nolan brothers as Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay. Nolan followed up with Insomnia 2002, a thriller set in Alaskan wild, which starred Al Pacino as a compromised police detective. 2003, Warner Brothers enlisted Nolan to direct an installment of the Batman franchise, the first since 1997, poorly received Batman and Robin. Nolan highly anticipated Batman Begins 2005, starring Christian Bale, focused on the superhero origin and featured settings and tone that were grimmer and more realistic than those of previous Batman films. Which of the following statement is not correct? Insomnia is about amnesia. Was made in Insomnia 2002 में All Picasso was an actor in Insomnia. Picasso as a compromised police detective. Jonathan is Lorna's brother.
वालेकुम अस्सलाम अरे बाबा उसको बनाते हैं क्या
Insomnia thriller setting Scarlett was the film was a critical and popular success and garnered the Brother Academy Award nomination for it. With Insomnia, a thriller set Alaska Nathana Brother Nolan. Insomnia is about amnesia. About memento. Select the correct statement. Memento. Nolan breakthrough came with the 2000 film Memento, a sleeper hit that he adapted from a short story written by his brother Jonathan. It used a destabilizing reverse order storyline to mirror the fractured mental state of its protagonist, a man with short short-term amnesia who is trying to track down the person who murdered his wife. The film was a critical and popular success and garnered the Nolan Brothers Academy Award nomination for Best Original Screenplay. Followed up the Select the correct statement about Memento. It was released 2010 में Memento. Nonal came with 2000 film Memento 2000 ये होगा नहीं. Select the correct chronological order of the releasing date of the movies. Releasing date following Memento, Insomnia, Batman Begins, Insomnia. At the same time, it was working on his first full-length release, following 1998. Following Following Memento. What influenced Nolan? George Lucas' star film Nolan.
तुम जैसे खा रहा वेट करने तो मेरा तो फिर हम भी पहनेंगे ये तो लोग हो जाता है बस लेके आज फीस टोना है भाई हम फीस टोना नहीं ये मोदी वाला था
Correctly matches the word Garner. The following question from the given alternative choose the one which best expresses the meaning of the given word. Is it? Reflect. Show the content. Is it? One of the major reasons why they are called him the team third attacker before the start of this season. Real Madrid is one of the few clubs in the top 5 league that are unbeaten in the by this season. One of the major reasons why they are unbeaten is the Uruguayan midfielder Fede Valverde. Last season he played an important role in the double and many fans called him the team third attacker, fourth midfielder and fifth defender. Within minutes we found ourselves on a multi-lane road that I could only compare to a wall of death. These mangoes are tasty. These mangoes have been tasting so. These mangoes were tasting so. These mangoes have been tasting. These mangoes people will make good laws, but good laws passed by a few does not necessarily make a good society. Not necessarily does not good people make good people will make good people make good laws, but good laws passed but good laws good people make good laws. Good people make good laws, but good laws passed by but good laws passed by a few passed by a few passed by few good people good people will make good laws. Good laws passed by people make few does not necessarily. Government have seized on tourism as a way of creating employment and bringing income preferable foreign exchange into troubled economies. For years, tourism capacity to filter wealth through communities has been a major argument in its favor. The tourists spend money on accommodation, food, and souvenirs, bringing income to the supplier of these goods and services, whose money in turn circulate through the economy. But if the hotels are foreign-owned, local people have little to gain, nor are they better off if tourists stay among them but come prepared to be self-sufficient. In in both cases, tourists are often strongly resented by locals who see huge increase in prices as the only tangible result of tourism economic effect. Job creation is another spin-off from tourism. Government subsidy tourism project in the expectation of increasing employment opportunity in the new hotels and restaurants. But such work is frequently poorly paid. Local people may be neither willing to do demeaning unskilled job nor highly trained enough to be managers and entrepreneurs. They stand only on the sideline while expatriate staff and migrants fill the vacancy. Social tension surface all too easily in such situations. Any kind of change brings tension, and economic development tend to exaggerate the generation gap as the young master new skills and the older generation find its traditions devalued or rejected. Tourists bring with them very different cultures and ideas demonstrated by the way they dress and behave, and this may be very attractive to the younger generation. A country's culture is often a major attraction, particularly when it is combined with sun, sea, and sand. In Thailand, as in many countries with a rich heritage, tourist demand have given a much needed boost to local arts and craft. Phenomenal growth in arts festival from Edinburgh to Hong Kong has brought tourists to festival towns and given some of their inhabitants access to global culture. But tourists are seen polluting and spoiling the environment, which is a huge demerit of tourism. Suggest a suitable title for the passage. Siege, confiscate, exaggerate. Suggest a word that can replace spin-off. Spin-off. Switch. Spin-off. Job creation is another spin-off from tourism. Another offshoot. Switch. is the expectation of government regarding tourism? It will leave a good impact on government. What is the expectation of government regarding tourism? It will make the country well known. It will generate. What is the expectation of government regarding tourism? Regarding tourism. How does economic development accelerate generation gap? I better get cracking for my interview. Get cracking for. I asked my friend that when would she return from her trip. I asked my friend that when would she return from her trip. Friend. I asked my friend that when she was returning. She would return when she would return. Lackadaisical. Lackadaisical. Lascivious. Libidinous. Lackadaisical. Second phase explore Beijing and New Delhi's new leadership and how this change and how this change hardened mutual suspicion. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi constituted Prime Minister Narendra Modi organized a new direction in Indian foreign policy. Narendra Modi raised a new direction, instituted or constituted a new, organized a new direction, raised a new direction, instituted a new direction. As Prime Minister Narendra Modi raised a new direction, organized a new direction, instituted a new direction for foreign policy, constituted a new direction, constituted a new direction foreign policy. China's perception that New Delhi was trying to retain China hardened. New Delhi was trying to contain China hardened. Direction in Indian foreign policy. China's perception that New Delhi was trying to encircle China hardened, trying to contain China hardened, trying to retain China, trying to contain China hardened. And if now the Modi government decide to continue, besides the Modi government decide to continue the previous administration emphasis. Besides, the Modi government desired to continue the previous administration emphasis on strong Sino-India relations. Its neighborhood first policy and closer tie with the United States were perceived negatively in China, corresponding with those perceptions was Beijing's growing assertiveness, vice versa India, symbolized in 2017 border standoff, border standoff, border standoff at Doklam in China's increased naval activity in the Indian Ocean. These actions tarnished New Delhi. These actions convinced New Delhi that despite its effect, China China was not sensitive to India's international interest, contrary to international interest, while besides also building an impression of Chinese presence. Besides, moreover, also built one who is easily deceived. The word avaricious is synonymous. Avaricious, the launching, greedy. Complete the sentence. Complete the sentence. Ethical aspect is out of many aspects of public administration. Perhaps the most important ethical aspect is ethical aspect is out of many aspects of public administration, the ethical aspect is perhaps the most important but the least codified. Udita said to Nicola, I went to the Sydney Opera House last week. Udita told that she had gone to the Sydney Opera House the previous week. A massive tribal welfare program has been launched by the government in Jharkhand. Has been which of the following is not a malware? Virus cookies. Consider the following statement regarding MS Word. It is a word processing application. Limit of the number of sub-document in a master document. 25. The file format MS Word is doc. A web client is a computer attached to the internet that run a special web server software and can send web pages to other computer over the internet. The disk management tool can be used to expand or shrink a partition. A disk management tool, space management tool can be used to expand, shrink a partition. Which of the expand or memory management? Which of the following is used for email transmission across internet? Email transmission across internet. How many output ports are there in the I/O peripheral? Which of the following is a part of central processing unit? CPU. In a ransomware attack, the attacker attempts to write outside the bound of block of allocated value so that it can corrupt data or execute malicious code. What is the shortcut key to undo the last operation performed on the document? What is OMR? Optically marked record. Window Explorer is a program used to save an existing document with a different name file. Click on Save button on the standard toolbar. MS Excel. It is used for analyzing, sharing, and managing information for accounting purposes, performing mathematical calculation, budgetary, billing, and plan. It is a matrix of row and column similar to accounting diagram. It is relational database management system. Incorrect. Thesaurus tool in MS Word is used for thesaurus tool. Thesaurus tool. A switch is used to transfer data packet between computer network. Which of the following risks are derived from the software or hardware technology that are used to develop the system? Which of the following risks are derived from the software or hardware technology that are used to develop the system? Which of the following risks are derived from the software or hardware technology that are used to develop the system? Which of the following option is best suitable for a spider or crawler software that works inside a search engine? Program that catalog websites. A hacker who break into corporate computer system application. What is Linux operating system or TOS known as? Which of the following keyboard shortcut open the find and replace dialog box in MS Word? Open a find and replace. Control N. Control X. Cut the selected object. Focus C. O.